next step of the development of the blueprint to be able to add the system into or connect it to the main is that if you connect your system, which you have already done, the 3 stacks.
I'm on the Knowledge Seekers workshop live stream. Well, there's probably no, because there's thousands of people on the Knowledge Seekers workshop. Probably because that's the one that I've already announced, I believe. So I'll make an announcement on the other site there. We'll try to redirect them. Thanks, Vince.
So what we've seen, what we said, your system at the moment should be on 3 stacks. What you did, or what you should have done by now, you should have had your central rings and you had your outer rings. Doesn't want to undo. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so you have your second ring, and what you should have done by now, you should have connected somewhere here from your central gravitational, and you would have had a line out on the top end, where this would have been the negative, or in a way input to the tower, and this would have been what goes out of the tower. You connected the positive end of this to the negative end of that, and positive end of this to the negative point of that, and you should have got something like this out. Now you have a unit like this, but to be able to connect it to a power supply, we have a lot of ladies talking here. When they come, there's a coup d'etat outside. So we have to carry on in a way that this unit can be added to power supply from one end and can be connected to the load on the other end. To connect the stacker to be in correct condition, you need to add your system in 2 new ways. And you need a connection to your power supply. If you connect as it is, your response power will not be that good, and the power supply can be erratic. So what you need to do is to add 2 units into the system. 1 unit here across the 3 plates, and 1 unit across the load or power supply. These units, what we call plasma capacitors, are essential. Otherwise, you will not create the condition to filter the system into plasma as you need it. So what you need to do, you need, at a point where you connect your line or of the gravitational point of the first plate and the magnetical point of the last plate, you need to put 4 plasma capacitors in parallel with the load. This allows you to push the power and get synchronicity out of the set. You need the same set of 5 plasma capacitors in parallel with the power supply too. This way, the system responds totally on a balanced state. You need 5, or here in the power units which we deliver, you have 4. But 5 is much more practical. It's much easier to handle the power supply. So you made a stacker. Now you need to make yourselves 8 or 9 capacitors, plasma capacitors.